everybody, I've got some different things to show you today. I have finally got my fabric from My Fabrics in Germany, so I've got a small fabric haul which I'm excited to show you. I did also have a go at Sashiko this week, which is a Japanese art of visible mending. So I can't wait to share my attempt at that with you. And also I have been doing loads of sewing, but lots of it I can't show you, but I did make another Cashmerette t-shirt this week. So let's get started with Friday Sews. My name is Carole and welcome to my sewing room for #FridaySews. Now, Friday Sews was a cause started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. Just a hashtag that we all jump on board on a Friday or over the weekend and talk about what we've been sewing, what we might have been buying and making and our plans, and then a tiny widgy bit of life at the end. I'm going to start with my fabric haul because I've waited for this fabric for so long. It seems about nearly 3 weeks. Now, one of the pieces is from Lamazi Fabrics. I did get some other pieces, but I've been using them in a collab, so I can't show you those. But I will just show you this one from Lamazi. They're in the UK. I will link all the shops down below. But this was a beautiful viscose jersey. It's got some bits of orange in and some blues. I think I got 1.5 meters of that. I just want to look at that all day. I just want it on my wall, and it would suit my sewing room because it's blue, but it's just gorgeous, isn't it? So that was a bit from Lamazi. Now, when I was lying in bed reading the news just after Christmas, I saw what was going to be in fashion for this year. And I forgot all about this, but they talked about cherry red being the colour of the year and spots and stripes. Now, I forgot all about that. I think I went onto My Fabrics website and started ordering all this stuff in red and stuff. Then when the fabrics actually came, I remembered all about it. So there's lots of reds and cherry reds in this, but that is the reason why I chose it, just to be a bit different this year. I'll start with another piece of viscose jersey, which funnily enough, it is similar to the other, but it's just pinks, and I love this so much. It's on a cream background. I'd prefer it if it was on a white background, but never mind. But yeah, 1.5 meters of that viscose jersey. And this is where it all gets a bit stripy. I've seen this many times before, and I think I've had this fabric in another colourway, but that's just a cotton jersey, kind of a burgundy. Then I'm laughing because I've got it down in front of me, and this is a red and white because I thought that would make quite a nice kind of Breton kind of long sleeve t-shirt for spring. But the only trouble is, do you remember Smee in Peter Pan? That's what I don't want to look like. So if I do wear this, I will not wear it with cropped jeans, or I will look like Smee. And the reason I know that is because my daughter played Smee in a dance thing one day, dance kind of drama when she was little. I went spotty. This is another bit of cotton jersey. It's just got some mustard colours and blue colours. It is on a white background, so that's good. But I really like that, so I'm pleased with that. And the final piece was, oh my gosh, it's beautiful, a bamboo jersey. Really soft in the cherry, because this was the kind of only thing I could find that was the cherry. So luckily it does suit my colouring, but yeah, so that was my fabric that finally came from Germany. Oh, I'm wearing today the jumper that I made last year. I'll put the name on the screen. It was a Simplicity, something like 9348, but I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, it was the long sleeve jumper I made out of the Ponte, but that was in last week's Friday Sews. Sashiko. The reason I had a go at trying this was I have a pair of jeans which I absolutely love. I bought about 5 years ago in Vancouver, in Canada actually. They're a Gap pair of jeans. We went on holiday in September and it was so cold I ended up having to buy a pair of jeans. But I've loved these jeans. They're a nice fit, and even though I've tried to order the same, it's never worked out. Anyway, this lovely pair of jeans started to get a hole in the knee, and I cannot bring myself to throw them out because I love them. I didn't want to just put a normal patch over the top or underneath because I don't like the looks of holes in jeans, and I find there can be, well, once you start getting a hole, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. Now, I saw Sashiko on this Great British Sewing Bee television programme, I think about 2 or 3 years ago now. They had to do some mending using all these different techniques. It fascinated me then, and I really wanted to go at it. So I've had a quick go and I've made a patch, but I'm going to add more, I think, to kind of balance the jeans out. Now, Sashiko is where it's visible mending. So that's what the Japanese do. I'm sure you've heard about this before, but they mend their clothes. So you've got the patches and you've got all different stitches on there, and Sashiko actually means little stabs. So it's basically running stitches. You use a thread, which I actually managed to get from Amazon, the Sashiko thread, and it wasn't that expensive. And then apart from that, I just used one of my kind of thicker, not tapestry needles, but a thicker eyed needle, and you just create running stitches. The thread, if I quickly show you, it is similar to embroidery thread, but it's smoother. There's something about it. It feels beautiful because it's smoother. I think it's not as tightly woven as normal thread. But yeah, so I created this patch. So you start with a patch. So I got another patch of denim that I had lying around, and you draw a grid on there, and then basically you do running stitches in whatever design. Now, I went onto YouTube because YouTube is a marvellous place. I will link the channel below that I got the idea of and how I did it, because I had no idea how to really do it. So I did the simple cross design, and this is what I've ended up with. So that was a lighter piece of denim. The idea is to be visible mending. Got this lighter piece of denim and did the crosses on there. So that has made a really secure patch. Now this needs more, but I haven't had time this week because, as you can see, it's just on one knee. So whether I do the other knee, if you look up Sashiko, you can have various patches and then you do like a different design. I would like to do a design where you have kind of circles on there. That would be really good. Or I will definitely balance it out with a patch this side. But it was really good fun, and it was lovely to do because it's just simple running stitches, and then I did the cross design. This is something that you could also do when you're traveling. You know me, I like a traveling project, because I did notice that some people do the design first and then sew it on to the jeans rather than sewing the whole thing through. But such good fun. And isn't this what we're meant to be doing now? Recycling, upcycling. Yeah, I'm really happy. These are going to look different and they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I think I'll enjoy still wearing them. I have been sewing lots this week. I'm doing a collab with 2 amazing people. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell you, but I will do. It's Tiffany from Hoosier Handmade and Agatha from Agatha's Cottage. So that's somebody in America, somebody in Ireland, me in the middle, England. So yeah, that's going to be fun. That's coming out at the end of January. I also sewed up my fabric wheel make this week as well. Now I'm going to put that video out next week. So that's the results from the fabric wheel spin. That was that kind of burgundy sweatshirting with the Genko leaf on it. So I will put that out next week. Now we are away next week. We're going away on the weekend for a week. We're going down to the Canaries. So I thought I would make up a t-shirt. I got this fabric just around Christmas or just before Christmas. I had it in another colourway. It was kind of a pinky colour, and I made a t-shirt out of it. And I got the blue colourway, and I made it up using the Cashmerette Concord Tee. Now this was a t-shirt pattern that was recommended to me by the lovely Izzy from Dizzy Quilts and Sews. I still don't think I've got the sizing right. I made a size 6 with the kind of FG cup thing, but that's still got a few lines here. Now I know I'm being picky. It's a t-shirt, it doesn't matter, and you're never going to see it on this anyway, but I still don't think I've got quite the right fit. But I am really, really pleased with this t-shirt, and then that can go away with me next week. I did a good bit of colour matching, but not so good up the top. I mixed up the yellow dots with the white dots at the top, but never mind. So yeah, that's the make I can show you this week. I popped a video out on Monday, I think it was, about the new hobby. I showed you the new hobby that I've been doing that I discovered. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'll put the card up the top. But what I've actually been doing, I think is called prick and stitch, or stitching cards, or embroidered cards. So it's hand embroidery rather than using my embroidery machine, which would be a lot quicker. It's actually using cards and embroidery thread. Now, a lot of you said that it reminded you of some nail art you did back in the kind of 60s, 70s, where you had the nails and the string and you created the shapes. I kind of remember that, but I certainly never had a go at that. For me, it reminded me of the wonderful toy, which I think you can still get, Spirograph. Do you remember when you used to put your pen in and spin the wheel to create designs? It's kind of a little bit like that. I did show you my first attempt, and if you missed that video, I will show you now, but it was this lovely cute little doggy. That was my first attempt. I then went on to do some flowers, which was pretty. Then I had a go at a beaded card, and I am only halfway through it, and it was so labour intensive. It was unbelievable. But here is halfway through. So you've got these tiny little seed beads on the threads. As you can see, I've still got lots to do. So this will be the only beaded Easter card that will be going out, and that will have to go to someone very special. It was great fun to do, and it was quite relaxing, but very, very labour intensive. So after this one, all my cards are going to be threaded, I think. Maybe the odd bead, but that certainly, with the 4 bits of little beads on there to thread on, and then these circular beads there. Yeah, it's pretty, but it'll be a one-off, that one. So if you want any more details, if you missed that video, I will put a link down to the website that I got those designs, and they were free designs as well, and you can have a go at. And then that website's fantastic because it tells you how to do it, what materials you need, etc. So I will put that down below. Now this is the section of Friday Sews when it's what did Carole learn on her Juki machine this week? This one I didn't ask advice for. I kept going and kept looking. I was doing a buttonhole on my machine, and I have to say I was so impressed with it. It was brilliant because it was through a lot of denim as well. But I wanted the buttonhole foot. I searched everywhere. I searched the box, I searched the case, and I'm normally very careful where I keep all the accessories. So I've taken, this is the table, I've taken it off to show you rather than drag you over to the machine again. So I could not see the buttonhole foot in there. I went through everything. I got the manual out, so I knew what it looked like. I thought, I can't believe it. They didn't include a buttonhole foot. But I thought, no, they must have done. This is ridiculous. But I looked and looked. I looked in the manual. Yes, it should be. This is what it looks like. I was lost. But then I noticed on this, it had a little handle. I pulled it up. Lo and behold, the buttonhole foot. And some extra needles as well. I am so glad that I didn't ask Izzy, who has a Juki, or Adam, or even rung the shop to say, you didn't put a buttonhole in. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, this is going to have to be a regular, what did Carole learn with her new machine? I did a very similar thing with my Baby Lock stick. I didn't realise that there was an accessory box for quite a few weeks underneath the threads, because you pulled the threads out and it had an accessories in there. Why do they hide these things? Anyway, found the buttonhole foot, made this buttonhole. Such a dream compared to my old genome. So I was very pleased. A few of you have asked me, why am I not using my embroidery machine? Why have I got a new machine in place of it? I do still have it. I do use it. This is the Brother machine, but I do use it for embroidery only now. It's a really good sewing machine as well. But I like to keep the two things separate. I had lots of trouble with my genome, so that is why I replaced my genome. I have not replaced my Brother machine. This is going to be quite a quick Friday Sews this week because, as I said, I can't really show you what I've been up to. I haven't really been anywhere this week. My husband has been away in India, so I didn't really have any photos to show you, but he sent me some photos of a kind of a palace, which is a hotel now, that he went to for a lunch. So I'm going to put his photos in, and I know that's cheating a little bit, but I'm going to put some photos in that he sent me of his time in India. He went to Hyderabad with work. It's quite a businessy commercial area, but he was taken out to this place. So I'm going to put that in. He's had lovely hot weather. We've had a very cold but beautifully blue skies every day weather here in the UK. So I did snap a photo of my own of some ice and the forest. So I'll put that in at the end. So I do have something of my own. I will just show you something. I talked last week about a photo that I took of Mickey, my dog. He's actually 14 and a half, my dog. I've had it put onto canvas. I like it, but of course I've lost the clarity of the photo, but it's going to be a lovely photo for this room. But that was the photo. So him kind of looking into the sun, his shadow. I'm going to put that on my room, but like I said, I want a proper photo done of it so I retain the clarity and have that downstairs. But that was the canvas I had made. I'm going to leave you there. As I said, we're away next week. I'll put my video, the fabric wheel video, out on Tuesday. Whether or not I'll get round to a Friday Sews, because I don't intend doing a lot next week. I'm going to take some cards to do. Maybe I might take some patches of denim and the Sashiko things and have a go at that. If I mark out the grid, then I can just sit doing those. But yeah, so I may or may not see you next week, but I will certainly be back the following Tuesday, I think, when it's the results of the collab with Agatha and Tiffany. So thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful sewing field weekend. I hope if you're in the cold weather that you stay nice and cozy inside doing some sewing, and if you're in very hot weather at the moment, I hope you stay cool inside and do some sewing. I will see you all shortly. Bye for now.